On this video, I'm going to show you what done looks like for this phase. So for this phase, you're going to have two views. On the first view, you're going to have a form, and here on this form, you're going to type some information. And then click on Submit, and then that information goes from the page 1 to the controller, and then from the controller goes to page 2. So let's take a look on the code for this now. So I'm going to open the index. We have a couple of things here. So first, it has this @model, the razor tag model, and then you give the path to the person model. You do that because this file needs to be able to see the person model. And the other new thing here for us is the form. Everything here is HTML, but this form has a ASP action here. This ASP action tells the form which action you're gonna call on the controller. So ASP action tells which action we're gonna be calling on the controller. So let's go to the controller just to see what the page 2 action looks like, and then I'm gonna be back here to this form. So here in the home controller, I have a lot of action, but the one that I'm interested at this moment is the page 2. So this is a action. Here there's another action. That form is going to call the page 2 action. So let's go back to the form, and then I want to go back here again to this action to explain more how this action works. So on the form, we're going to call the page 2 action. And then we also have here the input ASP4 tag. And then we have the ASP4 right here. So this ASP4 is what binds this form with the model. So we have a model here called person model. So let's take a look on the person model. So the person model is nothing but a class that has a lot of properties. That's all. The model class doesn't do anything. It just holds properties. And you can get and set the values of this property. So again, the model is nothing but a simple class that holds properties. That's all. All right, so when we do the ASP4, we're binding this input with the property inside the person model. So here I'm binding the first name with the first name input and the last name, the email, phone, and so on. Now, this is exactly the same spelling and also the same case as the person model. So let's open the person model again. So it has to be exactly the same spelling and the same case. It cannot be different. Everything here should be very familiar for you. It's simple HTML code. And then finally I have a submit button right here. So this submit button is what sends this information to the page 2 action. So once you click on submit, it goes to the home controller and it goes right here. So this action is receiving a person model as a parameter, and then all it does is sends the same person model down to the page 2 view. The page 2 action has a page 2 view. So let's take a look on the page 2 view. So the page 2 view is also a simple HTML, with some razor tag in it. So the first razor tag we have is the model, and this makes sure that this file can see the model. And then we use the razor tag and then model with capital M, and then we use this to print the values that are stored on the model. So the model is used to simply move information from one view to the next view, to another view. That's all it does. And the information here goes, remember, from the index, goes to the home controller, then down again to the person 2. Now if you go to the controller, we're going to have here one action, and this action here is called the index action. So this index gets loaded first. Whenever you run this program, this index gets loaded first. And the way it knows which action to load first is because if you come here right to the startup file, and if you go down here to the route, you're going to see that the pattern is the controller home and the action is index. So first it loads the home controller and it looks for the action index. If I change this name here from something else, then it will try to load something else first. Now one thing here is very important to note is the name of your home controller is home. The name of the file is homecontroller.cs. So don't make confusion here. Again, the name of the file is homecontroller.cs, but the name of the controller is just home. Now, every controller will have the word controller on it. No exception. Okay, so let's go back now to the controller. So when you first load this program, it knows that it needs to load this action first, and then it returns the view. When you return the view, it will return the index view. And it knows it needs to return the index view because the name of the action is index. So it comes here, it loads this first, then calls the index view, and then as soon as it loads the index view, it also loads the person model together with it. Then you come here with a simple form, and then you bind these fields with the property from the model. Click on submit, and once you click on submit, you know that your action has to go to the page 2. Then you go to page 2, and here you receive the model as a parameter. Don't do anything for now, and just you send the model down to page 2 view. Go down to the page 2, you add the model. Notice that it's model with lower m right here. And then you can use that model to print the values. So I'm going to run this again. I submit and then go to the page 2. Alright, so that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.